all the simple things we can do to reduce our footprint, I think, are important. And so it doesn't make sense to me to say, I'm going to live my life this way, but when I die, let's have all the bells and whistles. It doesn't fit in with the kind of life that I'm trying to lead. My name is Judith Woke, and I'm interested in some kind of green burial or natural ecologic burial, and that isn't available in Ottawa. I had been looking for the Funeral Information Society actually for quite a while, and I finally found them at a information fair. And my interest in the organization is that I was looking for the kind of funeral arrangements I want for myself, and I wanted to find out where they were available in Ottawa. And I discovered after I met with them that they aren't available. And so I became part of the society so that I would be able to work toward getting the kind of funeral that I would like to have for myself. I like gardening, I like gardens, and I would like to be able to end up as fertilizer in a garden.
I'm Mary Nash, the past president of the Funeral Information Society of Ottawa. I was president for about 8 years, I guess, and now I am the Green Burial Coordinator. I'm trying to get green burial into Ottawa. Basically trying to persuade a cemetery somewhere in Ottawa to accept bodies that are not prepared and that are in perhaps a plain box, or not in a box at all, but a shroud, and are just put into the earth. And so no fuss, no muss, no bother, just back to the earth.
My belief is that we should be allowed to return naturally to the earth that we came from.
In Ontario particularly, the biggest myth is people think that you have to be embalmed, which basically, and the embalming preserves the body for a little while longer, but essentially you're going to be decaying anyway. It's going to take a little longer. It's like saying now when you're going out to buy a casket, they'll say, well, this casket is hermetically sealed and waterproof and all this kind of thing. And they'll say, you know, the body won't decay as fast, but eventually the body decays anyway. The casket goes ranky, and rusty, and if you seal it too much, there's a potential for explosion. Yeah, basically the embalming process, it takes place in a space that is basically akin to an operating room. And basically it's exchanging your body fluids, basically the blood and other fluids are then replaced with a preserving fluid. Formaldehyde. I think the basis of it is formaldehyde. And that's why they say graveyards in North America are pumped full of formaldehyde, which isn't good for the environment. So, and it doesn't stop decay. A lot of people say, well, it stops decay, but it doesn't.
One of the things about cremation is a lot of people say that it's environmental because it doesn't use a lot of space. You can put the remains in a very small place. And that's really important in places like Europe where they don't have a lot of space. In Canada, we've got a lot of space, so that's not as important an issue for Canadians. It uses a lot of energy in order to burn the body. And the other one is that they don't usually remove any implants that have been that are in the body, and particularly like dental amalgam that has mercury in it, and so that the ashes will have the residue of whatever implants and artificial joints and that sort of thing. The actual human remains are not don't pollute, but the stuff that they put into our bodies during our lifetimes it is problematic. You have a natural burial without an elaborate casket and an elaborate grave liner. It makes it much harder for the large lawnmowers that they use in cemeteries, and so the grounds, it's harder to mow the lawn and keep it looking really pristine. As far as I'm concerned, a jungle is fine. The natural cemetery in Coburg looks like a field, and I think it looks really good. The environment is increasingly important to me. I think that environmental crisis is something that we need to, everybody needs to pay attention to. Because I think that this planet is a living being, and I think we're trying to, we're in the process of trying to destroy it. And I think it's really important to do everything that we can.